Marie, you just ain't gonna be happy till somebody give your ass exactly what you asking for. Hello, my beautiful family. It's your girl P Hope, and I am back with another video. This is Belle Collective's season 1, episode 4. I don't know the title for it, but it's gonna be short and sweet, so let's talk about it. The episode starts with Tambra talking to her very wise friend Ramona. They're having a conversation about children. And Ramona is just pretty much letting Tamra know that she regrets not having children. And we know that I think Tamra is 40. So, it's getting around that time that you really need to start taking this decision serious. Either you want to have a child or you don't want to, because even though Tamra let us know that she has froze her eggs, so of course, if she has the coin and she can afford it, she can get a surrogate and then, have the child delivered through a surrogate mom. So that part is no problem. But you have to take into perspective that you don't want to be a woman of a certain age taking care of an infant. You don't want to be a woman of a certain age running after a toddler. So Ramona was basically just letting her know, like, now is the time to just really sit down with yourself and have a serious conversation with yourself and figure out, do you want a child or not? And then if so, you need to, figure out where you're going in your relationship, or if you're going to be a single parent. Like, you got to really start taking this serious. And so it really put a lot on Tambra's mind. And at this point, she's going to start focusing more on that than versus going so hard in her career and just letting everything be about her career. She's taking into account what her friend is saying, and also the fact that, her parents would love to see their grandbaby before, they kick the bucket. So Tambra's got a lot to think about at this point. Letitia is meeting up with all the important people that run Ferris Street. She's meeting up with the contractor. She's meeting up with the appraiser, I think the councilman, and one other man. And she's just letting them know her complete vision. They're walking down Ferris Street. They stop at the property that she is wanting to purchase. And she's letting them know her vision and what she wants to do with that particular building. And one of the men was like, "Oh, you want this property right here?" And she was like, "Yes." And he said, "Oh, well, ma'am, that's not for sale." So, her dreams were instantly shattered just a little bit, but he did let her know that it's not for sale, but it is for lease. So if she would like to lease it out, with everything that needs to be done on the front end and the back end, she's essentially looking at around the ballpark of $2 million to get everything up and running. So of course, for somebody to tell you something like that, that's a lot. And I don't remember Letitia ever telling us that she was just coined up like that. So $2 million is an overwhelming number for her, which it would be for a lot of us. So, she says that she has a lot to think about, and that she has definitely got to get the ladies on board so that they can dig in their purses and get her vision up and running. So, it let her down to know that the building was not for sale, but it didn't stop her vision. So she's still going forward with the vision. Now she's just got to get the girls on board. Then we get to a scene where Marie is at her first counseling session with her oldest son, Jerez. The first thing that happens when they get in there with the counselor is Marie playing the recording of Jerez acting a damn fool when she asked him not to come back to her house. And after listening to it, the counselor said, well, you know, Jerez, how do you feel? And Jerez's response was, I don't see what the big deal was, because either way, I'm going to school. Like, you know, you nitpick me about, you want me to do this, do that, do that, do that. But at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. So he was essentially saying, you should be happy that I went to school at all, because at 21 years old, I don't have to do shit but stay black and die. And see, it's that type of attitude that Marie needs to find a way to check. Because yeah, you're a grown ass man. You're absolutely right. 21 is grown. But like I have said in previous videos, your age does not have anything to do with your maturity level. So if you feel like Marie is asking you to do something so outlandish by going to a local school versus a school that's 3 hours away, when you have 3 children under the age of 1, and you feel like school is school, then young man, you are so far from being grown and being a mature adult that it's not even funny. And I definitely agree with some of the other people that have done a review that are saying what you need to do is close your pocketbook to Jerez. I think Funky Dineva was the one that said that. Close your pocketbook to Jerez ass, and then let him figure out exactly how grown he is. Like, it doesn't make no sense that you sat there and cut up like that. Then you destroyed this woman's home, and you don't even feel the need to give her a sincere apology. Like, that's sick. You gonna have a hard life, Jerez. And I think I said that in last week's review, but I'm going to say it again because the counseling session didn't make your ass look any better. I think the counselor did his best because he tried to break things down to Jerez using basketball terms, because that seems to be damn near the only thing that Jerez really relates to, for real, for real. So the counselor kind of broke things down, and he understood what the counselor was saying, but he still had this I don't really give a fuck attitude on his face. Like, he didn't really give a damn what the damn counselor was talking about. He just wanted to get the session over with. And Marie said that she enjoyed the session. She thinks that the session was helpful, and she's definitely willing to go back again. But child, Marie, you got your own issues that you need to be having counseled as well. But we'll talk about that at another time. Now, while they were in the counselor's office, Marie did let Jerez know that she feels like he does not appreciate all of the things and the sacrifices that she makes for him. And she bends over and goes above and beyond because of how shitty her childhood was. Because her mom dealt with substance abuse, which caused her to neglect Marie. So in turn, Marie kind of overcompensates to her boys. So essentially, Marie has handicapped them by giving them everything that they throw a hissy fit about. And this particular situation is no different. He threw a hissy fit because you were trying to go against the grain. So you are going to have to figure out some type of way to dial it back and make him understand that, honey, you are coming into your own. You're already a father. You're already of legal age to go to prison if you go out here and do some stupid shit. So it's really just time to buckle down and get your shit together. But honestly, y'all, I don't see Jerez getting it together no time soon. And I mean, it's sad to say, but I feel like he's still going to be out here making more kids that he can't afford, and just doing what he want to do because he know Mama Marie is going to fly around the corner with her cape on and save the day. So with that being said, we're moving on. The next scene is Letitia and Antoinette going to the Black Arts Museum. I think it was either the Civil Arts or the Black Arts Museum. I don't remember where they was at, honestly, but It was like a Black History museum. So anyway, they're walking around in there or whatever, and I was, you know, extremely surprised to see them two hanging out together. I'm like, oh God, what is this about to be? But it was really just them kind of expressing their thoughts and feelings on the state of mind that we're in today. So Antoinette let us know that she has been a victim of racism, and it was not a good feeling. You know, with her being married to a white man, she has had to deal with, you know, of course, people looking at them, you know, giving them the weird stares, and she has experienced racism individually outside of, you know, being with her husband. So, you know, she's been through that, and she talked to us about that, and she said that by her having her own practice now, she will definitely be catering to her people, because she understands what we go through a lot more now that she's been through it herself. So that was Antoinette's point of view. And then you get to Letitia, and Letitia is just, oh my God, and this is just so terrible what my people had to go through, and I just, oh, my heart is just broken right now, and this was my family. And then she goes into this forceful ass cry, y'all. Letitia is a terrible actor. I actually like you, Letitia, but this moment right here was not the tea. It was not the tea. And so, you know, then Antoinette comes over and consoles her a little bit, like, you know, yeah, girl, you know, it's just trifling what we've been through as a people. And so they sit down and they're having a little moment or whatever. And then Letitia takes that opportunity to invite Antoinette to her next brunch. And, you know, Antoinette is just real and upfront, and she lets her know, like, you know, I'm usually not here for your brunches. Like, I don't feel like they're my thing, but if you want to have this particular brunch and have all of us come together for a moment that we can really come together and do something so powerful, like, I'll definitely attend the brunch. I will be there with bells on. And, you know, that's pretty much how that scene ended. Now, I was looking crazy when they first got to the museum, but I actually enjoyed seeing them together. I didn't enjoy that scene with all the forceful crying and the things like that. Like, I wish they could have had Letitia and Antoinette hanging out somewhere other than that. But I do want to see more of those two together by themselves. I think if you put them in a fun moment, that it'll be a really, really cute scene, because, you know, they shade each other when they need to. They're both open and honest with each other about whatever. So I think they make a cute little couple. It's like auntie and niece. I like it. I like it. Tambra, we're back to Tambra. She is out on a date with somebody named Damon, and then it goes to her confessional, and she lets us know that, yes, I am out with Damon, and, you know, this is the one that my parents still communicate with. They absolutely love him. We were together from high school. We were together for 16 years. And I just really need to think about if we need to be back in a relationship or not. Like, I need to really think about this whole baby thing. And I need to just figure out where Damon's head is. So we're going to get into it. Y'all, I like Tambra. I promise you I like Tambra. But that voice. And the thing about the thing is, as her and Damon are sitting down on the date, she asked him a question that was like somewhere in along the lines of, where did we go wrong? And his response was, he doesn't think that she knew how to separate her job as a radio personality to her home life. And the way that I'm looking at her in this green screen, I can completely agree with Damon. I don't think that she knew how to turn this person off when she got home to Damon. And I don't know about you guys, but as a man, I don't know if my woman could turn me on by coming home speaking like this. If Tambra and Damon have been dating since high school, there's no way on this green earth nobody is going to convince me that Tambra used to speak that way in high school. And so you have to keep in mind that Damon knows the real Tambra. He didn't meet Tambra talking like that. If he met her talking like that, okay, then that's one thing. He can pick and choose and decide if he wants to deal with that annoying type of voice. Now, I think she has a great voice for radio, because when she did her interview with the mayor, I mean, her voice was still a little loud and boisterous and over the top, but I think that comes with the territory. I think, you know, radio personalities should be just that. They should have personality. But do I want to deal with that when I get home? No. I would give my damn self a headache if I carried that person with me 24 hours a day. Like, nah. So I definitely understood where Damon was coming from with that. And so that's pretty much the conversation that they had, because he just wanted to know, like, he said he stepped out the way to let her do her because work had pretty much consumed her. And, you know, she was relieved to hear, oh, my shirt looking crazy. But anyway, she was relieved to hear that that's what it was. And I think that it was kind of like the light bulb came on for Tambra. She didn't really realize that she was bringing the radio personality home on a permanent basis. And so I think that, you know, there's definitely opportunity there for them to start over and for her to see the error of her ways. And so that way, because if the romance was the only part of the relationship that had fell off and that, you know, made them go their separate ways, then I feel like that's an easy fix. That's something worth fighting for right there. So, you know, I'm rooting for you and Damon, Tambra, honey. I want y'all to work that thing out, because y'all actually do look like a really, really cute couple. And anybody that can put up with their voice and still be attracted to you, baby, take him and run. Take him and run, because it's a lot, Tambra. I like you, girl, but that voice is a lot. Last but not least, I don't even need this thing acting aggy on me. And y'all, last but not least, we finally get to brunch 2.0. Y'all know that Marie has already tried to have this Ferris Street brunch one time and it did not go right. So she is trying her hand at it once again. So all of the Southern Belles start rolling in and everybody looks way better than they looked at the first brunch. Antoinette comes in. She's beautiful. Marie looks nice. Essie looks nice. All the ladies. I didn't have anybody to clown because I think they all got it right this time. All the ladies are in attendance that were there the first time except for Latrice. Latrice says she's going to sit this one out, and I can't blame her. Like, Marie acted a whole donkey, and she just wasn't going to make herself subject to that this time because, mind you, her and Marie still have not had a discussion about the whole hair incident. So, if I was Latrice, I would have done the same thing. I'm going to sit this one out. But what Latrice did was sent her publicist. So, in place of Latrice, Mel is there. Okay? So, you got everybody there, and Antoinette decides that she's going to go around and she's going to hug all the ladies. She's greeting everybody very warm, very genuinely. And she gets around to Marie, who is already sitting down at the table, and she goes in for a hug. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Glad to see you. You looking nice. She goes in for the hug, and Marie stops her. And she's like, oh, you being nice today. You're not, pretty much saying, oh, you're not being a Captain Saberho today. You're not with the shits today. Today you want to be friendly and you want to hug. Now, I was irritated in that moment because I felt like, Marie, you could have gave this lady a hug. And again, if you wanted to have a conversation, you could pick a time and a place to have this conversation. Hug this damn girl. You see her going around the room hugging people. Hug this damn girl and move on. Why does everything have to be confrontation with you? Because everything is confrontation at home? Is that why everything has to be confrontation outside of home? Like, damn. So anyway, Antoinette continues to do that. And while she's doing so, Kaylin walks in. Y'all remember Kaylin is Antoinette's friend. That's the white girl. So Kaylin walks in. Of course, Antoinette goes over and greets her. And, so now at this point, everybody's in attendance that's supposed to be there. And the councilman is there. Councilman is the only man that's in attendance. But, Letitia really wanted Councilman to be there because this brunch is about Ferris Street. So he wants to be there to get a first-hand reaction of how the ladies respond to Marie's idea. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was a great idea. It really was. And for the councilman to even be able to come out and attend it, I think that was big of him. So anyway, they get the brunch started, and Marie starts everything with her affirmations. But she did it different this time. She did not have mirrors for the ladies. She wanted everybody to pick a partner. So you face to face with your partner, and then we're going to do affirmations. Now, every woman picked another black woman. But you have Kaylin, so her partner ended up being Councilman. So those were the two odd people out. And the affirmation starts with, let me see what it says. I am a beautiful, strong black woman. That is the first sentence of the affirmation. Now, of course, that's cool, that's cute, that's comfortable for everybody in the room except for Kaylin and the councilman, because neither one of those people are a strong black woman. So I knew where the brunch was going from the jump. I already knew where it was going from the jump, because I'm not sure if Marie didn't know that Kaylin was coming, if Marie didn't know that the name Kaylin belonged to a white lady. I don't know how this ended up being what it was. But if you knew Councilman was coming, and once you saw Kaylin there, I feel like you could have at least, said, it's okay if y'all sit this part out or whatever. But that was just odd within itself. So I don't think at that point, when it was time to say I am a strong black woman, I don't feel like Councilman said nothing. I probably will go back and watch the episode to see if he said anything, but I don't think he did. And then Kaylin repeated it. Kaylin said, I am a strong black woman. And then, you know, she was being funny, and she was like, but I'm really white. So, you know, she wasn't uncomfortable or anything at that point, and it actually was a little cute moment. So they continue with the affirmations, and then they're ready to sit down. Now, Tambra is actually the one hosting this particular brunch, which, remember, that's what Letitia wanted the first time. But Tambra was not able to host the brunch that time. So now she's got her there. So Tambra is there, and of course she's greeting everybody. She's hyping up the brunch, and she's like, all right, I'm ready to just dive right on into it. So Tambra goes into a conversation about racism. And so, of course, this starts a dialogue. So she's like, by show of hands, who has experienced racism? Damn near all the ladies raised their hand, I think, except for one, maybe two. And then the ladies are going around the room sharing their experiences of racism. So while they're doing all this, of course, Kaylin is uptight, uncomfortable, and she excuses herself. So she excused herself, and as Antoinette being her friend, Antoinette goes to check on her. So now you got Kaylin and Antoinette out in the hallway. Kaylin has broke out crying, and you know, Antoinette is just trying to get an understanding, and she's like, oh, you know, you guys think that we hate you. Us as white people, we don't talk about y'all like that. It's not right. That's not it. You know, like, y'all got it all wrong. And at this point, I have watched a bunch of other reviews, and I've even commented on some people's reviews, and I think that I'm the only one that is Team Kaylin. And I promise y'all, there's nothing racist about me. Like, there's nothing colorist about me. Like, I just am understanding Kaylin's point of view. And so my personal opinion on everything that went down at the brunch was, Kaylin just wanted the ladies to understand that, first of all, she got up and left not to make a moment for herself, not so that she could, you know, express these white woman tears and all of this other stuff. Kaylin got up and left that table because it was an uncomfortable conversation. As a minority, put yourself in a room full of white people having this same conversation, shoe on the other foot, you know. Let a whole bunch of white people be talking about something that black people do. Let them be having a conversation about how big black burly men scare them when they walk down the street. If you're sitting in a room and that's the conversation being had, just because you're not that person, just because your family members are not that person, that's still an uncomfortable conversation because of the simple fact that you are the color of the people that they're talking about. So you will probably get up and excuse yourself as well, because they're not coming for you, but it's just an uncomfortable conversation. So I got it. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just the only one that sees it from that point of view. And I know y'all probably gonna beat me up in the comment section, and that's fine. I'm all about having a conversation and starting a dialogue. Like, just let me know, am I missing something? Because my whole thing is, when she started crying, she just really was expressing to the ladies that, you know, don't look at all white people as, you know, we're always saying something underlying negative about black people. Like, that's not the case. So anyway, at some point, they calm Kaylin ass down, and she goes back in the brunch to have a seat. Because at this point, I think Antoinette was out there, and then Mel came out there to check on her as well. It might have been another person that came out and then went back in. But anyway, So Mel had let her know, like, look, honey, you don't let nobody make you feel uncomfortable like that. You don't let nobody run you off. Like, bring your ass on back in this brunch and sit down, and you gonna be all right. Like, let this be a learning experience for you. And so, you know, she sucked it up. She was like, oh, no, honey, I don't let nobody run me nowhere. Like, it was just uncomfortable. So she goes back in there and sit down. And when she sat down, what she wanted to do was explain herself. So Antoinette opened the floor and, you know, just kind of spoke for Kaylin. And then Kaylin jumped in on the back end. And she was like, yeah, so pretty much this was my feelings about it. This was the reason I got up and left. And, you know, I just think that we can all come together. And as she's spewing all this stuff out her mouth, Marie, you know, it's like the memes say, it be nobody. Absolutely nobody. And out of nowhere, Marie opened her mouth and said, you know, I know that you saying whatever you saying, but at this moment, this is about Letitia and what Letitia wants to do. So all that what you talking about, that we can do that at another time, because we here to see what Letitia talking about. So I'm just trying to figure out why she has to be so rude and nasty in everything that she does. So again, Marie, it's not what you said, it's how you say it. Like, you have absolutely no coof about yourself. Because that was the same thing at Tamra's birthday party. When you talk about it wasn't the time or the place to talk to Latrice about her whole hair situation. It wasn't what you said, because you're right. At Tamra's birthday party, that was not the time to discuss no hair. But it was how you said it that's so rude and so nasty. And so you just sat here and did the same thing with Kaylin. And Kaylin wasn't here for it. So Kaylin was basically getting your ass together. And then you said, you pretty much in so many words insinuated that, you know what I'm saying, you'll get Kaylin ass together, is what you was pretty much saying. And Kaylin picked up everything that you was putting down. And what she said was, well, come over here. And you took that moment to turn it into a moment, a racist comment. Oh, well, no, ain't no come here. Now, ain't no white girl finna sit up in here and tell me no come here, because we ain't back in the day. This ain't back in the day. Baby, you started with her. Marie, you started with Kaylin. So how can you make somebody mad and then tell them how mad they can get? You can't do that. So you're mad because you said what you said, but Kaylin didn't just sit over in a corner and hush. Like, no, at the end of the day, regardless of whether Kaylin is white, purple, green, or yellow, she is a human and she has a mouth, and she's not gonna let you run her over. And that's just point blank, period. And then as far as, you know, with people saying that, oh, well, you know, she took that as her opportunity to have all the attention on her. Like, no. That's no different than episode 1 when Latrice was ready to get up and go, and then Antoinette took up for her friend and she got up and she left. If my girl is who I came with, then my girl is who I leave with. So at that moment, when Kaylin got up and left out the room, Antoinette did the right thing. She got up and she went to check on her friend. So even though they didn't drive together, at the end of the day, you're here because of me. So if you're uncomfortable, then I'm uncomfortable. I gotta go see what the hell is wrong with you. Like, what the hell do Antoinette look like letting that lady storm out the brunch and then not getting up to go check on her? Like, what kind of friend is you? And then they've been friends since high school. Like, no. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing, because I'm the only one that is really on Kaylin and Antoinette's side in this whole situation. And I cannot wait and see how this pans out next week, because I don't feel like Kaylin was trying to give herself a moment. I don't feel like it was any racist undertone in anything that she said or did to Marie or any of the other ladies. Now, if she say something else slick when it comes to next week, I don't have no problem, you know what I'm saying, checking Kaylin or telling y'all that, you know, okay, I was wrong if something else pans out. But from what I seen in episode 4, I did not see anything wrong with how Kaylin reacted. But y'all, that was the drama that went on Belle Collectives this week. That was episode 1. That was season 1, episode 4, Belle Collectives. That shit got me upset, and it got me a little tired. So I'm finna start editing this video and then take my butt to bed. So in that, I want you to be happy, be healthy, be safe. This is your girl P Hope, and I will catch you in the next video.